Rangers lose 3-2 to the Buffalo Sabres in a shootout, and I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I thought there would have been some sort of urgency from this team, considering first place even is still up for grabs right now. And this team had a legitimate shot, especially looking up at the scoreboard, seeing across the town, well, not across the town, up in Ottawa, the Senators beating the Carolina Hurricanes, and watching Alex Lyon being willingly played in a must-win game for the Florida Panthers. You would think there's must-win mentality here with the Rangers tonight to go in there and win so you could play a team like the Florida Panthers in the playoffs. But unfortunately, that just was not the case, and the Rangers just did not show up on the defensive side of the puck to play. It's just that simple. They were good offensively, but I thought defensively today they were a complete nightmare. Turning the puck over, Keandre Miller doesn't even know what dimension he's in, and it's just a complete nightmare to watch. But we're going to deep dive the game. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video or go live next on the channel. But let's talk about this game. And it was it was just ugly from the start. They looked horrendous in that first period, especially. Panarin goes off for a slashing penalty after Trocheck fires wide on a chance that he had to score. And then Igor makes some nice stops on the PK, stopping Skinner on a big shot there. Lyubushkin then goes off for a holding penalty, and Mika got a chance at the bumper from a nice little bang-bang passing play, but unfortunately they couldn't end up scoring, and the power play just looked horrendous outside of that one opportunity, and Buffalo would end up getting on the scoring sheet first as they kept the puck in the offensive zone for way too long. You had guys out there for like 2 minutes on the Rangers, and Mikkola couldn't control the puck. He gets absolutely walked. Schneider, puck watching too. JJ Peterka just walks in and scores. That goal is assisted by Jack Quinn and Tyson Jost to make it a 1-0 game. Igor then makes another big save on Alex Tuch. Again, keeps making the big saves. Thompson goes off then for a high sticky penalty. Kane either hit the post or the crossbar on an opportunity, but that was your first period. Shots were 14-4 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres in the first period. Not good. Not good at all. And they couldn't get sustained offense. They couldn't make a single crisp pass. You had them fumbling the puck over at the blue line, and any puck they tried to make back to the defense just went between their legs and into the neutral zone. Just disappointing and infuriating. Second period, though, thankfully the Rangers score nice and early as Mika wins a draw in the defensive zone after the Rangers ice the puck, and the Rangers then get going, and Patrick Kane gives it to Mika Zibanejad, who finds Artemi Panarin across, rushing down the wall there, and he ends up skating in and scoring. That makes it a 1-1 game. Miller then makes an awful defensive play, and Skinner gets a chance. That's not the first play that Miller made. That was awful. Rangers then get a lot of pressure going, and it paid off as they made it a 2-1 game. Trocheck makes a nice play down on the ice. He doesn't get an assist for this for whatever reason, but he makes a nice play there to get the puck over to Vladimir Tarasenko. Tarasenko then finds Panarin across alone, and Panarin roofs it to make it a 2-1 game. Then Mikkola gets robbed by Levi. Levi played out of his mind. Granted, I think that people are going too far with the shootout, but we'll get to that. Igor then elects to not dump the puck on an opportunity. Keandre Miller then, he ends up getting the puck stripped, and Buffalo gets a very long offensive zone opportunity, and it almost led to them scoring as Igor had the Rob Owen power at the doorstep. For that period, they played great in the first half of the period. After they scored that second goal, though, horrendous. Shots were 13-12 in favor of the Rangers in that second period. Third period comes along. Levi makes another big stop on Laffy, and Buffalo would end up tying the game as Miller loses the puck, and Tuch takes it from him, gets it over to Casey Middlestat, and he ends up scoring to make it a 2-2 game. Igor then makes another big stop on Kyle Pozo, and thank God they bench Miller at the end. But, what does Gerard Gallant love to do? Loves to try to send a message, but then just throw guys out there in overtime. Remember earlier in the year against the Detroit Red Wings when he benched Chris Kreider and then just threw him out there for a shift in overtime? Yeah, Kevin Miller still got shifts in overtime, which was just infuriating. But again, another bad period. Shots were 11-7 in favor of the Rangers that period. It was one of their better periods, but still not good enough. And the Rangers had an awful overtime, and they played some good defense here and there in overtime, but still allowing way too much. Lindgren blocked the shot to the face. Thankfully, he ended up being okay and coming back to the bench for the shootout. And yeah, we go to a shootout, and it was the most infuriating shootout that I've watched. Jack Quinn gets denied. Patrick Kane then gets denied. Tage Thompson then gets denied. Mika Zibanejad, don't know what that attempt was. Hated it. Alex Tuck gets denied. Artemi Panarin, don't know what that chance was. Hated it. Owen Power then scores for Buffalo. Tarasenko answers back. Casey Milstad, though, would score. And then Kakko with a garbage attempt. Again, Devin Levi, I'm not taking away from what he did, but to say that he played out of his mind the shootout, like some people are saying, I don't know about that one. I just don't know about that one. But regardless, just a horrendous effort from the Rangers, and the better team won the game tonight. The better team won the game tonight. It's that simple. And you're not going to win playing like that. And I get it that I might be being hard on the team and everything, and there's still time before the playoffs technically, but you play like that against New Jersey, which is one of their strengths. Yeah, you're not going. You're going to be going home early. You're going to be going home early. That start was horrendous, and I've been praising them for having some good starts lately. And that start, not good enough. And now you're looking at a scenario where you probably took yourself out of any sort of opportunity. Well, you don't have an opportunity to win the division now. And then second place, a possibility, but most likely not. I don't see New Jersey falling in their last two games, and then that would require the Rangers winning their last game against Toronto. So, yeah, just I didn't like the way that they played, considering the stakes of this game, where they had an opportunity to make a statement with Carolina losing, and I would have liked a lot better from them tonight on the defensive side of the puck. Offensively, I thought they were fine, even though they struggled in the first period. They definitely answered afterwards, but yeah, you need better on the defensive side of the puck, because again, you're going to be going home early if in the playoffs if you make those type of plays. But yeah, let's see what some of you guys have to say in chat before I get to the final stat line here. I just want to catch up a bit. Miller's had some terrible games this season. I don't think he progressed at all this season. I agree. And we're seeing him make the peewee hockey mistakes that we've seen him make time and time again. And it's just the consistency is not there. Granted, I guess it works because his team is inconsistent, but your final stat lines: shots were 39-28 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres. The faceoff dot, Rangers won 56-44. Power play went 1 for 2, but I still didn't like the power play. I know they scored, but I want better. I want to see them score off the cycle on the power play, and this power play seriously concerns me going into the playoffs. I got to be honest with you. PK, not so much. They hold Buffalo off the scoring sheet on their power play. Hits 15-13 in favor of the Rangers. Block shots 12-8 in favor of Buffalo. 7 giveaways for Buffalo, 15 for the Rangers. And I'll tell you right now, Igor had a great game. Very happy with Igor Shesterkin's game. K-Line, happy with their game. They didn't get on the scoring sheet, but I'm very happy with Phil Petel's game. He had 6 shots on goal. He looked good. Lafreniere was throwing bod tonight. Loved what I saw from him. Kakko, thought had a solid game, even though that shootout attempt was garbage. But they look ready for the playoffs. The fourth line, they look ready. Top 6, they were okay. Panarin, I thought, had a good game. I thought his line mates and Trocheck and Tarasenko, pretty solid. Thought the first line, too. Kreider, Zibanejad, Kane, I thought they were solid. But again, it just comes down to the defensive side of things, where they just weren't good enough. And I thought even the forwards, too, just didn't help out enough defensively at certain points in this game. You had Panarin on one play. I think it was I want to say it was in the third period, where he tried to cheat the game a bit in the defensive zone. No, it was the second period, actually. I think tries to cheat the game in the defensive zone. You can't do that. You can't do that. And he needs to be better there. Miller was a horror show tonight. He just was not good at all. Keandre Miller needs to be better going into the playoffs. And I've been saying it for way too long, and I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I just don't see him turning around now for the playoffs. I don't. this is the Keandre Miller we're going to get in the playoffs, and the Rangers are going to somehow have to manage with this horrible play by Keandre Miller. And the only thing they could do is limit his role a bit and give him less ice time. And to tell you the truth, I would seriously consider, if Keandre Miller doesn't step it the fuck up, I'd seriously consider playing Mikkola on that second pair with Jacob Trouba. I'm sorry, but I'd seriously consider it because this is not going to fly in the playoffs, and he needs to be better. He needs to. Lindgren and Fox, I thought were solid enough. Trouba, I thought was solid enough. Schneider, meh. Mikkola, okay. But I'm sorry for cursing there. I usually don't like to curse in the post game shows, but I had to. I had to say it because it's just beyond infuriating watching Keandre Miller out there. But that's really all I got. All I got to say is that better see a better effort against Toronto. Granted, I guess it doesn't matter because you're not playing for anything, especially if New Jersey wins tomorrow. So I guess if New Jersey loses tomorrow, then that might change things. But you're probably not playing for anything anymore now on Thursday. So it is what it is. But I still would like to see them be better for your last game before playoffs and going into playoffs. I'd like to see some momentum here and something to give me a bit of confidence because this ain't it. This sure as hell ain't it. But again, let's just hope. But I'll get the chat now, see what you guys have to say. Sorry if I miss any comments. Just re-comment what you put in earlier if you really want me to address it. So let's see. Miller stepped forward offensively and backwards defensively this year. Reminds me, he's a converted defenseman liability. Yeah, he's been fine on the offensive side of things, but defensively, he's been awful. He really has. Yeah, I I agree with this. I'd like to see both. I'd like to see all of them just start shooting the puck more. Like you had one at the end of one of the periods. I think it was the second period where just nobody refused or nobody wanted to shoot the puck. It's just infuriating. They need to start shooting the puck more. 28 shots against a rookie goalie and Devin Levi. It's unacceptable. You need to be better. And I was praising the offense a bit, but still, I would have loved for them to have tested Levi more tonight. I got to say that. This power play does not create motion, and I talk about net front presence, and there is not enough of it. You can't have a one line cycle, although fourth line looks good. Yeah, 100% agree. The power play is not doing enough. Yeah, that too. That too. That was an awful line change by Panarin. Oof, 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 oof. That hurt. That hit a certain spot in me. Oh, play like Patrick Nemeth. Oh, yeah. That's something that the Rangers need to take advantage of too. Like so many smart organizations, but the problem is Gallant's just not smart enough to do this. You would throw your best faceoff guy out there to try and win the draw, and then you would just take him off and then put whoever you want out there. That would be the smart thing to do. But Gallant just has no idea what he's doing 90% of the time. So that's the issue. No, I don't see that happening. I don't. I don't. It would take. Granted, I can't say. You can never say never because we saw Kako get scratched in Game 6 last year in a must-win game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So you can never say never, but I just don't think it's likely because they play favorites, and Keandre Miller is one of the favorites here. So I don't see it. Let's see what other comments did we have earlier in the stream. Okay, I just don't know what one of these comments are, but whatever. The defense scares me if we play New Jersey, especially with the last change. Those first two lines will be licking their lips when they see Andre on the ice. Yep. Yeah, and that's why again would have loved some urgency tonight in a scenario where you could still be playing on home ice in game one, but there was none of that. There was none of that. No urgency tonight at all. It at least seemed that way from the defensive side of things. And offensively too, I should say. But yeah, New Jersey's gonna have a field day if we play like this against them. 100%. 100%. Because this is the type of game that New Jersey wants you to play. Turning the puck over. And this is something that the Rangers are gonna have to be better at also come playoffs. They need to stop forcing the stretch pass. Stop. Carry the puck up as a unit and get in the offensive zone as a unit because you're not going to beat New Jersey that way with the stretch pass because then you're going to turn the puck over and then New Jersey's going to get an odd man rush and that's where they play their game the best. I don't agree necessarily with this because good teams lose to bad teams in the regular season all the time. Plus, Buffalo's still playing for something technically, so you can't even really say they're a bad team when they're still fighting for a playoff spot right now. Even though the odds are like unlikely, they're still fighting for it. And it sucks that they showed more urgency than the Rangers. But yeah, I agree though that as a team they need to be yeah, they need to play as a team and they need to be better. And we saw a good effort against Columbus, but that game just didn't translate at all tonight. And we've seen them play quality efforts. Like it's not impossible for this team. It's just I don't understand why they can't do it consistently on a nightly basis. Go on. Sorry. I freaking hope so because again, if they play like this in the playoffs, they're going home early. So I hope. I don't even care who they play because I don't like to pick my opponent here. All I know is again, it doesn't matter who they play in round one. If they play like they did tonight, they're going home early. And plus, they're probably gonna have to play New Jersey in round two because I just do not see Florida beating New Jersey at all if they play New Jersey. Too much of an East West team for me. That's what drives me crazy. Just keep going East and West. Go North and South. Simplify your game instead of passing the puck to a lower angle shot. Yeah, I mean, and get players to crash the net. Yeah, that's what they need to do. But for whatever reason, they just don't. I think it depends what happens on. I think it depends what happens tomorrow. If New Jersey loses, I think we see Igor on Thursday. But if New Jersey wins and the game means nothing, I think we see Jarl Halak. But granted, there's also kind of a big break between Thursday and then the start of the playoffs, which will either be Monday or Tuesday. So they might go with Igor regardless on Thursday. I'm just not 100% sure though. But yeah, Igor did carry the Rangers this game. Exactly. You got to beat good teams to win the cup. So no, we're not going to see Othman play. I don't think so. Plus, the salary cap won't let them even play Othman if they want to. So yeah, probably not. Probably no Othman, unfortunately. I just Like last year going into the playoffs, I felt I don't know. Like I'm just so worried this year. I really am worried. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Couldn't agree more with the comment. Yeah, of course. He's the problem. So get him out of here. Yeah, they do look lost defensively. Well, I mean, it's not just the offense that's inconsistent. They are just inconsistent as a group together. And again, I just don't think Gallant's the right coach, but I've been beating the drum forever. Ready for Carolina, please. I don't know who we're gonna get round one, but either way, again, I'm really worried. I'm really freaking worried, to tell you the truth. Like, there was a stretch where I felt so confident, but right now, this team is just such a wild card, and you don't know what you're getting on a nightly basis to the point where it's like, I I literally have no idea. Like, round one, they might play some of their best hockey ever, and it would it wouldn't shock me. But it also wouldn't shock me if they completely play like garbage and go home early. Like, I just don't know what we're gonna get. I just don't know. Thank you. I appreciate that, Aiden. Really do appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I wish shootouts were gone, but that's a whole different rant I could start up there. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they get swept, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did sweep. Like, again, there's such a wild card right now that I just don't know. Um, maybe first right now. Maybe first if they didn't start off so awful. Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Especially when UPL is in net for Buffalo tomorrow and not Devin Levi. Yeah, no. Nope. Don't see that. But I've been going for a while, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. I still have to make the Mets post game video, so still have a lot to do. Still have a lot to do when it comes to content here tonight. But let's hope that they could turn it around on Thursday, give a convincing effort to make us feel better going into the playoffs. Huge podcast episode coming Sunday, I want to say it's going to be. So I'm excited for that. Still working on getting some guests on for that. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, especially for Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video or go live next on the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Let's go, Rangers.